Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is DFree, and for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the news that popped up over the course of the last 20 minutes with the reveals and stuff. We're going to talk about some stuff that they talked about there, so I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know in the comments down below what's your favorite part of the announcements. There's a few things. Obviously, there's a new character, there's a new Zenkai, and there's some other stuff. They talk about superhero a little bit. I guess we'll start off with that. So I put out this tweet. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please do. Link is down below. Also, Discord, all that stuff is down below as well if you're ever interested. Basically, in the reveals and stuff, they say that basically, we know you're waiting for the superhero characters. They're going to come eventually. They say some verbiage like, oh, we're trying to maintain a high standard, so we're working on them. It's fluff, whatever. The point is, they're not coming anytime soon. And if you watch my video from a few days ago, this makes sense because if you watch even like 5 minutes of that video, I said that, they can't ignore the movie releasing in major parts of the world in just literally a couple of days. They've got to say something about it. And they did. So basically that's what happened. They're saying that the stuff is coming eventually. I tweeted that I don't think this is a surprise. We expect this stuff for Legends Festival at this point, and that's been the case since the anniversary. That's no surprise to anybody. So eventually they're coming, but they acknowledged it finally. There is also a green Gohan Zenkai, future Gohan, which I kind of find this to be a little funny because two Zenkais ago, another green Gohan got a Zenkai. Now, if you want to see how this guy holds up, I did a video with him not too long ago. It was earlier in the year, and he did okay. He's another transforming character. Typically, transforming Zenkais have really, really high thresholds for stats, and he has a really good baseline. But I used to say that they can't mess up characters that have really good baselines, but the way that they mess those characters up is they just don't add anything. That's what they do. Because it's like, you take this really good character, and you basically just give them a Zenkai, which is just stat upgrades, basically, in the Zenkai ability, and you really don't change much else. And that's kind of the way that they, quote-unquote, mess these characters up. It's not terrible, but I think he'll be fine. He's got neutrality. He's got some nice last man standing stuff. Like, he's a good character. Well, he was really good when he came out, so I'm hopeful. And he also has that really annoying green card. Oh my god, his green card, if he switches you out, you're gonna get locked out of the match. Like, his green card, I remember it being extremely annoying. So yeah, he has some potential. There is a new Trunks that's coming out. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I want to show you guys some of the PvP announcement stuff. So there's going to be PvP group rankings. So this is not an uncommon feature among these games. And I guess you can equate this to, if you play Dokkan and you play the World Tournament, you can equate this to the local rewards, if you will. You know how in the World Tournament for that mode, they've got the overall rankings and they've got the local rankings. It's basically the same thing happening here, where you're still in the overall pool and you're going to get the overall rewards as you see here, but they're going to from here group players into different groups. So you see Group D, rank 13, you're going to get actual rewards for your group that's listed here in this image, and then the actual worldwide ranking rewards based on where you end up as well. So just more free currency overall. Recently they made some changes to the amount of CC that was in PvP, and this might be why, just in anticipation of this. So I'm guessing that's kind of what happens, because they add more rewards, but they still also rebalance what we're getting in certain spots. It's just kind of how these games work for the most part. So it is what it is. They want to make sure there's a certain amount of crystals or premium currency in the economy. So that's probably what wound up happening there. But still, not bad. This will also aim to, I believe, match players better. So we'll see what happens. Also, they actually added, you can see it here with the Goten icon. And I don't see Legends Battle Royale. Is that returning? Anyways, I don't see it here, but they might have removed free battle. I don't really know, or training battle, whatever it's called. I don't see it, but nonetheless, if they didn't, that's fine, whatever. They also added in this, here it is, casual PvP mode. So there is actually like mission rewards, if you will. I really like that icon of Goten and Trunks. But as you play, there's things you can do to get the goal and get the reward 10 times left, apparently. I don't know if that's a daily thing, whatever the case is. But basically, they're adding this. So yeah, rating points once a day. You can hit the goals 10 times per day. So basically, this is for players that want to just play PvP and don't want to have to worry about rating matches, stuff like that. I don't think it'll work like Training Battle did, where it forces your characters to 14-star, which is fine. But I kind of don't really love that, because it's misleading. Because for one, you see your characters far better than they are. But people say, oh, you should just test out this character in Training Battle at 14-star, like Shallot or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you're completely missing the fact that in that scenario, Shallot's going up against these 14-star Ultra Gogetas and stuff. He's going to look worse than he would at normal levels, where people maybe have him like one pull or, one red, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I personally don't love that mode just for that exact reason, but it could be fun if you're trying to do certain things. But nonetheless, they're adding a new mode, a couple of new modes to PvP. Last but not least, we're going to touch on Trunks. I've already got, wow, I tweeted this out just a minute ago. I've already got 40 responses. I'm not going to be reading those in this video, but I'll read them on my own time. So I tweeted out thoughts on the LF Trunks. LF Trunks is a green character, which I don't think green is a good color. Let's pull up another Trunks, I guess, and we'll just go to hybrids, and we'll go to future, and we'll pull up Vegeta Clan, and we'll look at green characters. I just, off the top of my head, it doesn't look like a good color. For one, there's 2 Gohan Zenkais here. You know the hilarious thing? They're announcing basically him getting a Zenkai buffer with this Gohan, the future Gohan, frame 1. I think that's hilarious. Really, I guess with hybrids, it's not, like, the Ultimate Gohan's fine. I think the other Gohan will be good. And then these other greens or whatever. But really, on hybrids, it's not the worst thing. It really isn't. I like the tag character, but it's incredibly hard to really use them at low star. Not really use them, but even get them, you know? And they're really good at high stars, but good luck. I came across a 14-star one time, and oh my God. And they were with the androids. Oh my God. Speaking of the androids, looking at Future. Now, I don't think Future really needed a green. I thought they were pretty fine with their options like this Vegeta Zenkai. However, that is still a Zenkai, so maybe some people don't have him at Z7. But again, this Gohan's going to be popping up on this team as well, so maybe you can use him as well, given that, you know, you can just... He's an old character. I always hear people say they don't have these old characters at certain star levels. It's because if you don't pull for the characters when they come out, you basically aren't going to get them. That's how the game is designed, because when you look at the summons... you know, there's this featured pool, which is 0.04 for a featured character. Oh my goodness. Good luck. Oh wait, there's still 0.04 non-featured. This game doesn't actually really have a featured system. So they're just in the scouter for no reason. It's the same pull rate. There are other games that have the characters in the scouter with a higher rate overall. This game really doesn't. It only has the pull rate higher for new characters. So what that means is you really can't pinpoint. It's like Whis is featured on this banner, but good luck trying to pull him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can summon on another game, on another banner, and be like, oh, this character's here, so I'm going to do some summons, and I'll probably get that character. Good luck. So that's how the game is. So yeah, if you don't have them, it is what it is. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at Vegeta Clan, which, again, they have that green Vegeta as well here. So I guess it's not a great color, but it's not the worst color, because there's not a ton of options. But Vegeta Clan probably could use another red. So that's probably my stipulation here, is that it just depends what team he's built for. So let's take a look at the kit overall. So plus 2% to special move damage inflicted by hybrids, and plus 30% to hybrid, future, or Vegeta Clan's strike, attack, and defense during battle. Okay, so I really do like those extra increases. They're very small numbers, 2% special move, because it's not a stat increase. You see, like the other part's a stat increase. That's actual damage. So I really like those. I need to see the math on those, because those 2 and 3% that these characters have been getting for a while, but I really do like them in practice. They sound nice. Plus 20% damage inflicted against Frieza Force characters can't be canceled. By the way, I think this is hilarious for 2 reasons. For one, we just got the minion Frieza Force characters. So this is perfect. Perfect timing for that type of unique ability to pop up. And second, they have this Trunks and we don't have a Mecha Frieza. This Trunks is using his LF in the video on regular Final Form Frieza, non-Mecha Frieza. And they even mentioned Mecha Frieza, and we still they don't even be like, oh, we don't even have him in the game yet. Him and King Cold are just not in the game, so that's hilarious. Maybe they'll drop a free Mecha Frieza, but he's in the card art, so there's that. Applies the falling affects itself when the battle starts, plus 90% damage, 60% cut. You know, I do my showcases for these characters, these old characters, and I'm like, oh, this old Zenkai doesn't have this, you know, natural passive that they give every character. Now look at this, 90% damage, 60% cut. How do you expect old characters to compete with characters, this being the baseline, you know? Something between 60 and 90% damage and 40 to 60 cut is insane. This is a melee character. It just depends what his stats are, I guess. 50% key recovery as well. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Restores key, so he'll get that key on entry. He gets plus 20% damage and -3 to arts card cost for 5 counts. Okay, not bad. And if they're switching versus him, that's really going to pump him up. Oh, great. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Inflicts all enemies with a downgrade. I thought it was an upgrade. He was getting an upgrade. Inflicts all enemies with a downgrade of -30% to crit rate for 10 counts. Who else came out that was like a Super Saiyan with this? It was somebody. Was it Vegito? I don't know who. No, it wouldn't be Vegito. Somebody came out with this type of anti-Super Saiyan type stuff in their kit. And I just think it's really funny. because it's like, oh, Super Saiyan characters countering Super Saiyans. He doesn't do anything for them with their Z ability, but I guess by design we should pull up Super Saiyans because Bardock has got to be their least favorite character in the game because they build stuff like that into these characters now, and Bardock is the only character I believe with an exclusive call out in the entire kit or entire game where they're like, oh, if you have this character in the opponent's team, literally, we're gonna just give this whole team other buffs, basically with chilled. There's stuff like anti this, or if you have a Trunks out there on your team, but it's general. Bardock is literally called out by Trunks as an ID number. So yeah. Anyways, they could use a green, so it is what it is. But I hesitate to give them anything because it doesn't really matter what you give them. They're still gonna run these 2 Vegetos or 2 fusions and Bardock, right? So, anyways, let's move on to the next page. They don't tell us anything. I hate that they don't tell us what the arts cards do. Like, why is that information omitted from this preview? Applies the following effects itself every time this character uses a strike or blast. Randomly draws a new card twice. Oh, that effect is back. Okay. That effect is not very common, but it did just pop up on Gohan, and it's really good. It's really good. It just forces the card into your hand. Like it's way better than just a draw speed buff. It's the Vegeto blue type thing. You know what I'm saying? It's very uncommon, but it's really good. And it resets on switch, of course. And also he gets 10% damage, activates 6 times, can't be canceled. So after 6 cards, which it shouldn't be, that's like one combo really. He's gonna get another 60% damage on top of the 90 that he already had. Knocks enemies back to long range if covers performed against blast arts, combos to blues. That's like freaking special cover changes, man. This is also why in my videos, when characters don't have special cover change notification, I'm always critical of them because look at this. Every character, I understand Trunks, he's a LF, right? He needs it. But like, who got one recently? Was it Gohan? Tien didn't get one, but he got the stupid Rising Rush stuff that's coming out soon. Like, every character has a special cover change, so it's really hard to use characters. Anyways, the following, which, by the way, does Trunks have that? I bet his green does it, because I don't see it in his kit. I would bet that his green does it. Is the main showing? Yeah, the main also doesn't show. So the green or the main is going to do it, because characters aren't usable, and they know that without that effect. They're not as usable. The following effects occur when this character, or when the enemy switches while this character is on the battlefield. Reduces next damage, sustained by 10%, can't be stacked, applies until the combo's over. Nullifies unfavorable elements, very good. First damage sustained for 5 counts. The defensive neutrality that's been popping up. Who introduced that? Was it SS4 Gogeta? But that mechanic has been popping up a lot. And there are also other variations of it with like EX Deborah. Who introduced something like that, and moving on. Inflicts enemies with a downgrade of minus 30% to health restoration as well. That is a call out to these tag characters and the way that they heal for the most part, because no character is truly healing in a combo for the most part on landing arts cards. Other characters have like regen, but it's not very common that characters are healing when they use cards all that much. So most relevant character would be the tags. The following effects occur when the enemy switches while this or tag switches. Oh, the tag. Oh, okay. So several things in Buhan's kit are just plastered here. That was not unique to Gohan very long at all. The following effects occur when the enemy tag switches while he's on the battlefield. Plus 25% of damage inflicted against tag powerful opponent. Activates once. Can't be canceled. Okay, so powerful opponent. Androids are powerful opponent, aren't they? Even though they're not the main villain technically, they are of their saga, I guess. Right? They're powerful opponents. Yeah. It's typically only the main villains are going to be in powerful opponent. So like if you get like somebody like, I don't know, who would it be? I don't know. I can't really think of somebody, but it's not very common. You only have the main headliners here. Anyways, like I guess Thouser wouldn't be your powerful opponent, right? You know what I'm saying? Moving on though. So plus 25%, reduces enemy's key, randomly destroys a card, also seals enemy specials, greens and blues when it can. Powerful opponent androids? Okay, yeah. So this guy, I tweeted this out a few weeks ago, and I thought Gohan was a light attempt at it. But no, this guy is the literal attempt at it. The only thing that would have solidified this is him being blue. For whatever reason, he's green. This guy is the literal attempt at a counter. Okay, so everything has a life cycle in the game. I'm going to conclude on this. Every single effect that they introduce gets countered in some capacity to a degree. Endurance, here's endurance nullification. Special covers, here's nullification. So they're not going to say nullify tag switches. You know what I'm saying? I hope not. Aren't tags with main ability ceiling, aren't they locked down too anyway? Anyways, I digress. This is their literal attempt at a counter for Trunks, because look at what he's doing. The following effects occur when they switch while he's on the battlefield. He's going to get more cut. He's going to go neutral. The neutral is kind of garbage because it only matters. The neutral part only matters versus Goku and Vegeta. So there's that, but it is what it is, as the game currently stands, obviously. But anyways, health restoration debuff. Also, he's going to do, when they tag switch, he's going to gain damage that activates one time and it's not cancelable. So there's another 25. He reduces their ki, destroys a card, and seals their special arts. And the special art sealing is only for powerful opponent androids. So that's literally only Cell and then like movie characters like 13. And then also the tag androids, coincidentally. There's like no other characters that are going to be in that list for the most part. So it's almost as, it's not as specific or exclusive as the Bardock stuff. Like I was saying earlier, the Bardock is literally hated on. They hate Bardock. But this is their attempt at a counter. So all in all, Trunks looks good. I think, going into this, I think that part might be what saves Trunks' usage, because I think he's good, but I didn't see the need for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's color-wise, it's something we already have. And again, we don't have the arts cards, so maybe there's more to him than that, right? But I wasn't too impressed until I got to that last part. That last part's extremely important because he is designed to try to be a counter to them. But if he doesn't have the ability, and like this is why like they didn't even give him like endurance, because what's the point? If he's designed to counter them, they're just gonna hit through that if possible, right? But if he doesn't have some other powerful effects, like again null covers and stuff on his green or main, which I expect him to, that'll still kind of hurt him. But he is your de facto android. Oh, androids are on the match. Let's go ahead and drop this guy in. And they've been trying to do some stuff that counters these types of playstyles that are android centric, basically, where like this guy's trying to do that, and then also like TN with the countering of early rising rushes. It's really interesting. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.